Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel. And it was going to be a roundup of 2024, but to be honest with you, most of the great stuff that came out in 2024 wasn't Games Workshop. We had Armored Clash from War Cradle, which is a fun game. I'm not a fan of painting the models, so when people play me, they are going to play a Field of Grey. Well, as most people who watch me regularly know that I'm not a fan of painting anyway. And painting Armored Clash, yeah, that just bored me to tears. They are nice models, they look good, but the scale just didn't interest me much in painting. It's just my opinion. It's totally me. It's nothing to do with the quality of models. The quality of the game's a lot of fun. The models are really good. I'm not a fan of painting, and painting that scale I didn't like it. That's it. I'm not saying they're bad models. They're great models. And of course, we had Mantic announcing Warpath coming back, and we've had several new armies from Mantic as well for both Kings of War and Firefight. Really exciting stuff. Conquest have had loads of new models come out. They've had a new starter set come out. They've really been pushing the boat out with their models and making them look really good as well. And back to Mantic, they've really improved their models as well. Their plastic models have got so much better. They're superior to what they were. Warlord Games and Bolt Action have a new edition as well. So we've had a lot of new editions, new games. So it's been a good year overhaul for Wargaming as a whole, which is a great thing. It's, people getting into the hobby, they're getting into different games. I've got to mention Halo Flashpoint as well. An incredibly fun game with great miniatures. So yeah, the wargaming scene is getting pretty good. It's getting to a point where it's getting bigger in a good way, where people are trying new things, they are trying new games, and I think this is a fantastic time to be a wargamer. And you cannot broach a hobby based on one company. All hobbies are huge, all hobbies are great and fun to do. So today's video, though that rambly introduction was quite pointless, is we've had this good time with wargaming as a whole, as this generalised whole. It's been really good. And I'm not going to argue or complain about the hobby as a whole. However, Games Workshop had a bad year. I mean, it started well with Warhammer the Old World being released. And then, of course, we had the two big hiccups of the time, which is, of course, the female Adeptus Custodes. My opinion on this remains the same, which is I do not care. It's Games Workshop's IP. It's not mine. They can do what they want with it. This is not a pro or con argument. It is a apathetic argument, as in I just don't care. We also had another price hike. Again, yearly price hike upsets everybody. And we had was it this year? It might have been last year, but of course you had the big thing about, what are they called? Damn it. People buying the books and selling them up even higher. Scalpers, okay? We had that as well. So, Games Workshop as a whole has not had a good year, okay? There was the whole iffy whether or not the Warhammer TV series was going to come about, but I think that was a lot of just people trying to say something was happening when it wasn't, and they didn't have the information. They were just forwarding the information for what they wanted to happen. It was basically badly sourced and just opinion what people wanted rather than what was actually happening. So, of course, there was the Eldar, which a lot of people liked. I didn't. It's the first time I'm not even excited for Eldar. I said my claim on that one already. There was some poor model releases. The Codex, the Custodes Codex was poor. There was things about the Grey Knights, Deathwatch not getting their own Codex or supplement. So, all in all, it's not been a good year for Games Workshop, but they have had some good points. We had Adeptus Mechanicum actually being a considerably cheaper army than the 40k version. So there was some good things, some bad things. But all in all, it wasn't pretty much negative. However, this is what this video is going to be about. Aren't hobbies meant to be fun? Aren't they meant to be something that you can emancipate yourself from reality for just a couple of hours, and just chill out and relax and do something creative, do something you enjoy, and that's it. So, to emphasize this, given that most of the other companies have had great year, You know, like I've said, Games Workshop's having a pretty poor year. You know, especially with their customer not being customer focused, or whatever argument you want to use against Games Workshop. When is it going to be the time that people are actually going to start going, I'm going elsewhere. I'm sick and tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore. This is no longer fun for me. We're not talking about burnout. Burnout's a completely different thing. And you just see these videos of how GW's bad and etc. Look, I'm not going to praise GW. You know, this is not praiseworthy stuff. This is just people talking. At which point do these people, YouTubers, people on X, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, social media, finally just go, this hobby just isn't for me anymore. This company, I don't want to deal with it anymore. And when I say don't deal with it more, I don't mean start buying your stuff on eBay or 3D printing Space Marines and continue playing the game. I mean, just completely walk away and just say, that's it, I've had enough. It's just not fun. I can't have a good conversation about the hobby with people online. I want to talk about the hobby and things I enjoy and not the things that I don't enjoy. It's, you know, it's upsetting. And the worst thing is, it's not good for you either. If you have put time and effort into something you enjoy and now it's causing you stress and you've used that time in the past to relax, now you're just using it to get yourself more stressed. You got your humdrum life of work, school, etc. Then you go and do your hobby. That's meant to help you relax from, you know, the reality that is life. It's meant to sort of get you out of it for a bit so you can just enjoy yourself. And it doesn't matter how you do it. You play video games, you know, read books, whatever. But if you're just going to do a hobby and just constantly complain about it, then I think you need to stop. I think you have to go, this isn't fun for you anymore. It's time for you to take a step back and just go, yes. So it's got to be a point where, you know, it's going to be the last straw that breaks the camel's back. It's the bit where people just go, yep, no more. That's it. And there isn't an excuse anymore. That's the thing. Like, when Games Workshop were big, you know, about 5-10 years ago, and a lot of people got into it, and, you know, they got even bigger after COVID and all that. And, you know, it was the go-to. But seeing as every other company, every other game has grown as well, and their communities are getting bigger, there is no longer this excuse that, you know, but you have nothing else to play, you have nothing else to do. Where, like I said, there is so many other companies doing it, if not better, than Games Workshop in the game department. There's even companies which I would say do models better than Games Workshop as well. And as I said, the growth of the wargaming hobby is absolutely bananas. It's massive. And it's time for people to just go, do you know what? If you're not enjoying it, if you're getting to a point where you can only say negative things about it, I would honestly say it's time for these people just to step away and, you know, support a different game. Don't worry about whether or not the political views of the creators and designers align with you. That's none of your business, in my opinion. Someone's political opinion is none of your business. It's not at all. And it's something I truly stand to. That's a hill I will die on. All that matters is that the game and the models are of a quality that you enjoy. You're happy to build it. You're happy to play. You know, you're just happy with. Like I said, be it War Cradle. I got to admit, I don't like painting. I've said this many times, and I've said it in this video. And yet, I can tell you now, all of my Wildest Exodus models, every last one of them I've ever bought is fully painted. There is an enjoyment I find in painting their models. And so, find something else you can enjoy. You can still be in the wargaming hobby, still talk about the lore of other games and other systems and other settings, and still have a good time. You're not stuck just to the one company. That's the one that got you in, which is great, but now it's time to grow. It's time to get past that point and try something new. So, should hobbies be fun? I believe so, and if they're causing you too much stress, it's time to walk away. It's time to just leave and say, that's it, no more for me, I'm gone, I'm done. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I have got a big video planned for next week. It's quite exciting as well. as well. I'll see you all in the next. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you all have a good day. Of course, Raylan Games is always there if you wish to buy your models a bit cheaper, up to 20% off, and free delivery after £20, and plus the point system where you get sort of like calculates as an extra 1% off all your models, which is kind of cool. And then there is Forbidden Planet, comics, DVDs, mangas, all that cool stuff. And there is also my merchandise, comics and t-shirts and those links are down below. Skyforge, never forget Skyforge, good friend of mine. And finally, Patreon because business, and goodbye.